Hello and welcome fellow gamers, my name is Borek and this is another episode of Blueprint Tycoon. Yes, the new game released just last week, and actually the developers have been quite busy because every single day I get an update. It's not a huge update because it takes 1.7 megabytes in total, but the graphics of this game isn't its strongest side. Anyway, in the last episode we've managed to get to know how the things works. I mean, gathering supplies and crafting some basic materials and taking care of workers. And now it's time to continue our adventure with the Blueprint Tycoon, and today we will make our own highly efficient blueprint. So let's try to gather gold ore and craft it into gold ingots that we can later sell for a profit. So first we need to do is place a gold mine. As usual, the green means good area, yellow not so good, red is crappy, and the blue don't place it over there because it's gonna suck. But first let's place that constructor over here, and not constructor but harvester. And harvesters and crafters require a blueprint to produce goods, and as you can see this is a blueprint window. So if we click over here, usually there is a default blueprint, but in today's episode we will make a new blueprint. So as you can see, this is a window which will make a production queue or whatever that is. As you can see, this is a bigger scale of this what is happening over here. So all we need to do right now is to tell workers that they need to dig it out and put it into the output window. Right, so all we need to do is first select this pickaxe icon, and then we need to start the blueprint actually. And the blueprint, of course, when harvesting starts with an icon of the resource we want to gather. So let's first we need to select the pickaxe, then we need to hit start and then select the thing from the gathering thing from the blueprint menu. And over here there are icons. S means start, so the miner will start at this point, then he needs to gather, so we need to click grab. We need to hit gather and then grab it and then transfer it over here where he's gonna drop the stuff, and he will do so on. Of course we can test it. So the first he gathers, then he grabs, then he moves, and then he drops. Okay, that's fine and cool, and all we need to do now is save the blueprint. Of course later on we will be able to produce highly efficient like gathering type thingies, and we'll see how it goes later on. So all we need to do right now is transform this gold ore into the iron ingots. So we're gonna place a smelter somewhere around here with the input over here, and output over there. But first we need to make a blueprint. So the blueprint, how does it work over here? So the guys, there are two guys actually, two workers, one is green and one is blue. One will move the stuff from input into the crafting table, let's say, and then the blue team will weld 3 ores together to make 1 ingot, but these guys will have separate orders. So to start off, we first need to tell the green guy that he needs to pick up a cart and then start. Of course he's gonna start at this point, then he will grab 1, 2, 3 materials, because we need 3 materials, and then he will move to this location, drop 1, move to this location, drop second ore, and then to the third, and pretty much that's it when it comes to moving from the input into the central part of the smelter over here. And now the blue team comes into play with a welder, and the welder will start, of course, over here, and from this point, from this section, he needs to weld this ore with this ore, and those two together with this ore. So we need to weld, assign order of weld left, start, weld left, and then weld down, and then he will make this way. He will make an ingot, which then he needs to grab it and then drop it into the output window, and pretty much, well, that's it. But let's test it. As you can see, the grabbing guy from the input is taking the ore, placing it in order, and then the welder welds 1, 2, and then moves the whole ingot over here, and then moves it to the output window over there. So let's save this blueprint. I don't know how efficient it is, but now all we need to do to complete this tutorial is just connect the roads, drag ore from the harvester to the smelter itself, and then we need to connect it like so with a port, because the gold will be transported to the port, I believe. So as you can see, if you zoom in, you will see the gathering, the cart guy picking up gold. He picked up 2, now he picked up 3. He moves them over here, 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 and the welder is doing the job. Then he moved the ingot, and then to the output, and off we go. Second ingot. Well, that's it. So we have learned the basics of crafting, of blueprints actually. Now it's time to make some money. Your workers need to pay. So let's open contracts menu. So over here we have a contract menu, and we have one contract. Of course, this means that your delivery building is tier 1, which means we can deliver up to 15 goods per day. It's marked over here. Yeah, because that's how many stone we can gather right now. Can I move this, please? Thank you. So I think there is a stone gathering guy somewhere over here. At least there should be one, or I'm completely wrong. Right. Anyway, so the first thing first, we need to set up a stone mason. Let's say that's a stone mason. It's gonna be built in just a second. The hovercraft just brought materials, and there we have it. It is completed, so it's time to connect those thingies around here and drag a route to the storage. And once done, it should start producing what? Stone, of course. Let's do the default blueprint. We could make a new blueprint on our own, but there is an option to make a default blueprint. Of course, later on, if we get to know how does it work, how does those guys work, we can upgrade them and increase our efficiency, and of course increase our money. So congratulations, you've just made some money. Always keep a close eye on your contracts to ensure you always make enough money to cover workers' costs every day. And this is done because we have over here the delivery. We have a contract consisting of gathering stone, and they pay us like 100 per 1 stone. And the guys producing over here transfers stone to the storage, and from the storage it is being delivered to the delivery itself. So yeah, that's pretty much it. There is more profitable contract now available, gold ingots. Gold ingots are already being crafted and sent to the port. We need some way of moving them to the delivery storage. Fine. Airships transport large quantities to the port. So let's start. And over here we have the main building where we can build airships, trading ships, and tokens, different types of tokens. And these different types of tokens requires different amount of stuff. So anyway, we need to queue up a airship by the default key, by the default blueprint. Well, we could always make our own, but we're not gonna do that just yet. And as you can see, those small drones are flying to the port where our materials located, and they are delivering it to the main building where man in a cart is transferring stuff, burning some ore, and then they are welding and preparing the airship itself. It takes quite some time, but there we have it. We have a balloon, great balloon, and all we need to do right now is set up a new route from the port to the delivery storage. Then over here you can see port 1, that's the starting location, then the delivery storage over here, and now we got to choose what is gonna be transported, and it's gonna be ingots. And now let's click new route, and the balloon will go, airship will go from the port to the storage, and in the storage the guys from the delivery will take the ingots and put it to the delivery, and then it will be sold. So as you can see, we can deliver now with a tier 2 delivery thingy. Tier 1 delivery. We can transfer or sell max 15 things, 15 goods. So let's change that to increase our profit. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And over here you have an information about possibilities of selling, possibilities, and amount of profit you are making. And as you can see, there is a idle 100, which means that we are not selling enough stone. So we actually might want to change this and put more into the. It doesn't actually make sense, but probably it's not being sold, and everything is not being sold. Anyway, let's continue and let's move to the other stuff. So there is a main building, and now to maximize our production we need to move to other island, and as you can see, it requires 5 green tokens, which we're gonna make over here in the main building. So let's choose default blueprint, and we need 5 of them. 1, 2 are queued, and 3 more will be done. Actually, I'm gonna queue up the whole ton of shit of these guys. And yeah, the assistant now tells us that the gold ingots crafter is not producing as much as it could because it doesn't have enough gold ore. And to increase that, all we need to do is upgrade the guy who is responsible for making those ingots. So to do so, over here there is a upgrade route button, which we need to click to upgrade the guy from a normal guy, blue guy like so, to the gold guy, and the gold guy will produce and transfer twice as much as it would be. Right. And we can also upgrade the building itself into the tier 2, and this way the gold production will be faster, the gold ore production will be faster, and this guy will move faster as well, the transferring guy. Awesome! Tier 2 worker routes have move faster and carry up to 2 goods at once, which significantly increases amount of gold being transferred to the smelter itself. Okay, look at that, a new mission, new contract. So we have a new contract for microchips, and we need to start producing microchips. This is a special offer, and we can supply up to 20 microchips. Microchips are produced from sand and copper, and I clicked over there, colonize that island with tokens which we have just finished in just a bit, and now we will go over we will be moving to this part of the world itself. I'm gonna just skip it, skip what down there is being said, because what we need to do is make a sand quarry. We're gonna place it on the green spot, and then we need to make a copper quarry somewhere over there. Not enough workers, of course, because why would there be enough workers? So let's build a few additional houses over here, and I'm just gonna place them right over here, and that should be actually enough. And let's connect the worker house as we did in the previous episode. Right, so now we can continue our adventure and place that copper ore over here. Great. Now the microchip machine will go over here. Input is over here. Output is gonna be over there. And what we need to do? Of course, we need to connect those thingies with a road, and then set up a route leading from the copper ore and from the sand, and bada bing bada boom, that's done. And of course, with a smelter we also need a dispose bin where we can transfer waste from the smelter to the garbage yard, and output microchip windows to the port itself. And bada bing bada boom, it should be producing in just a bit. Of course, we need to set up blueprints, so let's do the normal blueprints, and I think that's gonna be it. So now the copper is being transferred. We can actually upgrade those guys, this and this, so the sand will be much more efficient. Production of the sand and copper will be much more efficient. And as you can see, microchips are already transferred to the port, and from the port we need to transfer them from one port to another. And to do so, we pick up our lovely ship, click new route, port 2 to port 1, and then select microchips, new route, and bada bing bada boom, the ship is transferring stuff from port 2 to port 1, and there it is. There we have it. So we actually might want to produce another airship to transfer microchips from port 1 to port 2, but we can also upgrade this route and tell this ship to pick up not only gold, but it will also pick up microchips, which will be transferred to the storage, and from there to the delivery, because I think, yes, there we have it. We have one option for the microchips, and now we can actually lower this, increase this to maximize the profit. And let's lower this and increase this, 555. I think that's gonna be enough, although we don't have microchip contract just yet, but I think we will eventually sell that shit, hopefully soon, pretty soon. Please, pretty please. Now you have microchips being produced. Send them to the delivery storage and complete the mission. Remember, you can modify the contract's amount. So I don't know if that available contract has disappeared or not, but we doesn't seem to have the contract. on the microchips, and I don't know why. Charts, we are producing shit. Info, that's just a basic info. But pretty much at this point, mission complete, awesome job! So yeah, I think I've covered the basics of the blueprint making and making money, of course, because now we are making a shit ton of money. No, we're not. We're just making some money. But anyways, that's gonna be it for today's episode. And I think I have covered pretty much everything in these 2 basic chapters, and in the next one we'll continue moving on and making some other stuff. So if you enjoyed that video, hit that like button in the section down below, and I would like to finish this basic tutorial soon enough to start working on the actual scenarios. So till the next episode, I hope you're gonna have some fun, and if you enjoyed the series, please let me know in the comment section down below as well. And see you later. Bye bye. My name is Borek, and I'm logging off.